The time has come for the ALDS here in the Oakland Athletics franchise on MLB the Show 23. Welcome in, everybody, as we get set to begin this American League Division Series between the Oakland Athletics and the Cleveland Guardians. We get the flyover as is necessary. The A's had to beat the Minnesota Twins in a series of 3 full games to get here, and now here it is at Progressive Field, game number 1 of the ALDS, with Triston McKenzie taking the hill for the Cleveland Guardians, 14-12 on his regular season, 3.56 ERA. Cleveland got to stay pat and not have to play a wild card series, and Reed Hoffman leads it off with a line out to center field. Miles Straw out there in center. Great defender. Here is Oscar Gonzalez batting .333 on his playoffs thus far, but this one is caught out in foul territory for out number 2. So Triston McKenzie, quick 2 down. That'll bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who will ground one over to shortstop. Easy play for Ahmed Rosario, and that will get us through the top half of the first and bring Eric Lauer to the hill. 17-10 on his regular season. 3.67 ERA, 131 whip. And Tommy Edman, the leadoff hitter for the Guardians, picked up along the way here to add to this championship team. And he will fly out to center field. Remember, the Guardians were the season number 1 champions in this franchise. There's Miles Straw with a deep fly ball out to center field. Jason Givens will make the catch for out number 2. So Lauer setting down his first couple of batters really quickly. Here's the 3-hole hitter, Stephen Kwan. He goes down swinging to end the first inning. So we get through one rather quickly. And into the top of the second we go. Jonathan India with a hard-hit ground ball to short. Rosario on to first to Naylor for out number 1. Bucky Carver at the dish. And Carver to shortstop again. Rosario getting a lot of work today, but look at this. The throw is offline. And Carver finds himself at first for Jason Givens, who comes up and hits one out to right field, and that one is caught in the corner in foul territory. Carver retreating back to first base with 2 away. Jordan Walker goes down swinging. The fastball down in the zone gets him. And it'll be J. Ram starting it off in the bottom of the second inning, and he will draw a walk. Get him on for Ahmed Rosario, who takes it out to right field. Oscar Gonzalez underneath it and makes the grab for the first out. So Keibert Ruiz up at the dish, and he swings through, but a stolen base for Jose Ramirez. So Ruiz still at the dish, goes down swinging on the high inside heater, and that's the second strikeout for Lauer. Andres Jimenez goes down as well, making 3 strikeouts for Lauer, ending the second inning. We go to the top of the third. Tyler Soderstrom able to get very weak contact on it. Nice coverage by Triston McKenzie, but he pulls something in the old groin region, as the game says, and he will be able to walk off under his own power, but James Kaprelian will have to relieve him, the former Oakland A. We're getting a lot of that in these playoffs thus far. Former Oakland A showing up against us. His first order of business is to walk Marcelo Mayer. And he strikes out Reed Hoffman for out number 2. Bringing up Oscar Gonzalez with a weak tapper over to third. Thrown on to second for the final out of the top of the third. We go to the bottom half. Chase DeLauter. Weak fly ball over to second base, and Jonathan India will make the play, out number 1. That brings up Josh Naylor, and Naylor hits this one over to third base. Walker underneath it for out number 2. Tommy Edman, 0 for 1 on the day, and he will just sit there looking at a fastball right down the pike. What a way to end the third. No score. Back for Vladdy Jr.'s at-bat in the top of the fourth, leading it off, and that one's a weak tapper over to shortstop, and another easy out. A lot of outs early in this ALDS. There's Jonathan India down the third baseline, and Jose Ramirez makes the throw to first base. That is 2 gone in the top of the fourth for Bucky Carver, 0 for 1 today, and he gets hit right in the kneecap. That one's gotta hurt. He's going to go ahead and take his base. Jason Givens up to the plate with him at first, and this one's easy to get underneath. Plenty of air. We're through the middle of the 4th inning, still with no score. Miles Straw up at the plate. Straw goes down swinging on the down and in fastball for the 5th strikeout for Eric Lauer, bringing up Stephen Kwan, who is going to go ahead and hit this thing out to right field. This one's deep, ranging back just shy of the warning track for Oscar Gonzalez to make the easy grab. Jose Ramirez on a full count taps this one over to second. India, weird shift, but he makes the charge and the throw to get through 4 unscathed, and both teams scoreless and hitless as we get through the 4th. We'll be back. Back for the top of the 5th, and Jordan Walker tapping this one right back to Caprelian, who makes a nice glove throw on to first for out number 1. Tyler Soderstrom is going to hit this thing right to first base. Easy play for Josh Naylor, barely know her. Second out of the inning, and Marcelo Mayer. He's been swinging a hot bat as of late, and Mayer takes this one deep out to right center field. That one is not coming back into the ballpark. Goodbye, holy Toledo. Marcelo Mayer's first home run of the postseason. 399 feet. What a way to start his ALDS. That brings up Reed Hoffman, and Hoffman hitting the glove of Josh Naylor, trying to beat it out, and he does. That's the danger of Reed Hoffman. He can beat almost anything out. Oscar Gonzalez just sits there and takes the fastball up, though, to get through the middle of the 5th, but not before Marcelo Mayer is the first to strike with a big homer. We'll be right back. Ahmed Rosario, as we come back, striking out on the circle change. He goes down for Lauer's 6K. Keibert Ruiz, 3-2 pitch, and Walker's able to get under this weak fly ball. And that is out number 2. So 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th for Andres Jimenez. 1-1 pitch. He takes this one out to right field, and Gonzalez getting a little bit more work, making the grab to end the 5th inning. Through 5 here at Progressive Field. We'll be back. And we're back here in the top of the 6th inning for Vladdy Jr., and he strikes out on the slider away. Perhaps his one weak point this season. Here's Jonathan India, 0 for 2 on the day, trying to get this bloop, and he doesn't. What a catch out there and right. Bucky Carver now up on the 2-2 pitch. This one's grounded down the third baseline. Easy play to first base. We're through the middle of the 6th. A 1-0 ball game. Chase DeLauder. This one's right back up the middle, and that's the first hit of the ball game for the Cleveland Guardians. DeLauder breaking up the no-no. That'll bring up Josh Naylor, and Naylor's going to draw a walk. So 2 on. Nobody out for Roy McBride to come in. He's had a good postseason so far. He's looking to keep that reputation. And on a 2-2 pitch, gets the call, strike 3 on Tommy Edman with the slider down low for his first K. The first out of the inning. Miles Straw goes down on the slider away, fanning at it. That's 2 away for Stephen Kwan, who hits this one hard right to Marcelo Mayer. Easy throw to first. And the Oakland A's are out of the jam thanks to Roy McBride. That'll bring in Sam Hentges for the Cleveland Guardians. His regular season was decent. That'll bring in Jason Givens at the plate, and that is an easy weak fly ball over to J-Ram for out number 1. Jordan Walker already 0 for 2. He's jammed. This is quite a range by Ahmed Rosario at short to make the play for out number 2. And that'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom, who will take this out to left field. And that is an easy routine fly ball out and left. Made the catch. We're through the middle of the 7th inning. Xavius Klink coming in to pitch the bottom half of the 7th. He didn't have a great regular season in 21 appearances. We're hoping he has a better postseason. Here's Jose Ramirez at the plate, and that is an easy double all the way into the corner quite perfectly, as Ramirez will find his way to second with a leadoff double. Ahmed Rosario up now, and Rosario takes this thing into the right center field gap. Givens giving chase, but not going to be able to prevent a run coming home. Rosario's got himself an RBI double. Keibert Ruiz 0 for 2 already on the day, make it over 3 as the appeal does not work out in his favor. That's strike 3. Andres Jimenez 0 for 2 on the day. This one straight away center field to Jason Givens. Will make the catch, and Jose Ramirez does not attempt to tag up. That'll bring up Chase DeLauter, and he was the one that broke the no-no. This time he'll be the one that ends the 7th inning. We're in a tie game at 1. Ahmed Rosario, the one to hit the RBI double to get it going. Marcelo Mayer up at the plate here in the top of the 8th inning, and Mayer takes this thing deep to right field. That is ranging back, and at the warning track, catch is made in right field. Reed Hoffman, 1 for 3 on the day, taps one right back to the pitcher, thrown on to first, out number 2. Oscar Gonzalez, 0 for 3 on his day, but he hits this one high, and it is a routine fly ball in right field. Middle of the 8th we go. Into the bottom half, Naylor, Edman, and Straw. Here's Naylor on a 3-1 pitch, going to take ball number 4 down low. And he'll take his base, and that'll bring in Zach Jackson to the mound, who's had a really good postseason thus far in 2 appearances. We're going to keep it going, but no. Tommy Edman drills one over the right field wall, and that thing isn't coming back anytime soon. Bye-bye birdie. Tommy Edman with a 403-foot bomb, and the Guardians bench goes wild as they take a lead. Down 1-0, now up 3-1. Here's Miles Straw. This one's an easy routine fly ball out in center field. And that'll be out number 1 of the bottom of the 8th. Stephen Kwan, 0 for 3 day. This looks like it should be 0 for 4, with Gonzalez ranging under it and making the catch. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez. And he swings through. End of the 8th inning on the Fanning strikeout, but not before Tommy Edman strikes and give the Guardians the lead. We'll be back. Back from the top of the 9th, and that's where Eniel de los Santos will try to close this ball game out. Closed 42 of 46 games in the regular season. Vladdy Jr.'s trying to make it tough, but he lines into the left fielder's glove. That's one gone for Jonathan India, who is jammed right back up the middle, and that's out number 2. Couldn't think of a better section of the lineup for the A's, but unfortunately not going well. And Bucky Carver is the final out of this one as the Guardians win game number 1 by a score of 3-1 in come-from-behind fashion. Though, of course, not a crazy come-from-behind victory. It stinks for Lauer to only give up 1 hit and somehow not get the win. As Xavius Klink is saddled with the loss, Henches gets the win for the Guardians. Game number 2, we're going right into it here. We'll see if the A's can go ahead and even the series up in this ALDS. It's a much better looking day here for game number 2, a pretty day game we get here at Progressive Field before we get a couple of games in Oakland, and Cal Quantrill will pitch this one for Cleveland. He had a relatively good regular season, and he's facing Reed Hoffman. And Hoffman takes this thing deep to right field up against the wall for out number 1. He got a good piece of that. Oscar Gonzalez now takes it down the left field line. That is going to be a base hit for Gonzo as he finds himself on first with just 1 away here in the first. Vladdy Jr. comes up and he takes one the other way into right. That's out number 2, though, into the right fielder's glove. Jonathan India slams one down the left field line. This one's going in the corner. Gonzalez is on his horse. He's going to attempt to come home. Gonzalez will slide in, and he scores. Oscar Gonzalez scores the game's first run, and Bucky Carver goes down swinging. Ball's thrown to first, and we're going to the bottom half, but not before Jonathan India hits an RBI double, scoring Oscar Gonzalez. And for some reason, this is Luis Patino, but we can't get stats for him. Here he is, facing Tommy Edman, and Edman goes down swinging on the 97-mile-an-hour heater for out number 1. Ahmed Rosario takes one into center field, and Givens underneath it for out number 2. That'll bring up Stephen Kwan, and Kwan right back to Patino, thrown on to first. And we are through the end of the first inning. Patino with a quick work inning, as it is 1-0. Here's Jason Givens to lead off the second inning, right into the glove of Josh Naylor, barely know her. Here's Jordan Walker, and this is a weak tapper. Catcher corralling, throwing to first, and that's out number 2. Tyler Soderstrom at the dish, and he takes this one the other way for him. He's a lefty into left field, and that's an easy catch. We're through the middle of the second inning. Jose Ramirez leads off the bottom of the second with a strikeout, and it hasn't been super easy for Ramirez, though he has gotten some things done. Josh Naylor has not had the same success. He goes down swinging as well. 3 strikeouts for Patino, make it 4 as he strikes out the side in succession of Keibert Ruiz there, and we go to the third. Here is Marcelo Mayer, and Mayer trying to beat it out. He's not going to be able to. That's out number 1. Reed Hoffman, he's a guy that can beat things out, but not if it's right down the first baseline. Too easy for Naylor. Here's Oscar Gonzalez. Gonzalez reaching on one, and this one's a weak grounder to short. Easy third out. And a lot of outs coming as both pitchers settling in here. Bottom half of the third inning for George Valera. He hits this one out to Hoffman, who will make the grab. That's one down in the bottom of the third. Chase DeLauder. He broke up the no-no in the last game, and this one is headed towards the left side into foul territory, and Hoffman makes that grab too, and Andres Jimenez goes down swinging. We are through 3 in ALDS game number 2. Here's Vladdy Jr., and Vladdy leading off the top of the 4th with a bang. What a way to go. Holy Toledo, that solo shot is his second homer of the postseason, traveling 385 and giving the Oakland A's a 2-0 lead in game number 2. Is that a lead they can hang on to? We'll have to find out. Here's India on the 1-1 pitch, hit to center field, and that's out number 1 in this 4th inning. Bucky Carver 0 for 1 on the day. This one's down the left side, and J-Ram making a wonderful defensive play, just flashing the leather. I'll bring up Jason Givens. Givens takes this thing out to right. But again, these outfielders really getting under the ball well. They couldn't get under Vladdy Jr.'s blast, and that has the A's up 2-0. We'll be back. We're back in the bottom of the 4th. Tommy Edman is jammed, and Jordan Walker going to be able to get underneath that for out number 1. That's going to go ahead and bring up Ahmed Rosario on the full count. Grounding this one to Jonathan India, out number 2. 2 gone, bottom of the 4th inning. Stephen Kwan at the plate. This one's hit, and Walker. What a glove on Jordan Walker to end the 4th inning. That one could have got past him easily, but he made a great defensive play. To the top of the 5th we go, and it's Walker who will lead off, but he strikes out on the circle change down low. Brings up Tyler Soderstrom, who digs this one, but lifts it a little too high to center field for out number 2. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Marcelo Mayer, who's been one of the better A's hitters this postseason. And unfortunately, he's just got too much air under this one as well. Through the middle of the 5th we are, as Quantrill pitching quite well now. Here's Jose Ramirez. Let's mention Luis Patino having a wonderful day. 6 strikeouts to this point. Josh Naylor, he goes down swinging. How are you that early on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball? Trigger happy. Here's Keibert Ruiz, and this one's into foul territory. Soderstrom ranges back, and there's your final out of the 5th inning. We move to the 6th inning with Patino pitching an absolute gem of a game. We'll be back. Back we are for the top of the 6th. Reed Hoffman again down that first baseline. He just keeps pulling it down the first baseline. He needs to go oppo if he wants to beat anything out. Here's Oscar Gonzalez. He goes oppo into right field, right into the glove, out and right. So 2 gone in this 6th. For Vladdy Jr., already hit the big home run. This one he gets well underneath. Miles Straw makes the easy jog towards it. And we are going to the bottom half. George Valera goes down swinging. Patino near 90 pitches in. He's got 8 Ks. Here's Chase DeLauder. He goes down looking at the circle change down and away. 9 Ks for Patino. Here's Jimenez. And this is a weak fly ball. Down first base. Guerrero makes the catch. We are through 6 of elite baseball for Patino. On the other hand, the Guardians will bring in Nick Sandlin, who had a wonderful regular season in relief. They're hoping he can do more of the same here to keep them in this ball game. Jonathan India comes up, and he is jammed on the down and in sinker for an easy pop-out. Bucky Carver now 0 for 2 already on his day, and he misses the sinker right down the old wazoo for out number 2. That brings up Jason Givens. 0 for 2 on his day, and he will strike out as well. Sandlin makes quick work of the lineup in order. We go to the bottom half of the 7th, where Tommy Edman will lead off. Edman right to Jordan Walker for the first out of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Ahmed Rosario 0 for 2 on the day. And this one's right to Givens out in center for out number 2. Brings up Stephen Kwan. Kwan takes this thing out to right. Gonzalez is ranging back, but he just can't get there. And Stephen Kwan will be in at second with a 2-out double, and that is going to be the end of Luis Patino's day, as Domingo Acevedo is trusted to come on in. He pitched 2 1/3 in the wildcard series and did a great job, and here covering first base to get them out of the 7th inning. Excellent job. Brings us to the 8th, where Sam Hentges will pitch again. He's got 2 innings of shutout baseball, and they're hoping he does it again. Here's Jordan Walker. Easy weak fly. Pop up into right field. Out number 1. Here's Tyler Soderstrom. 0 for 2. Make it 0 for 3. Couldn't make contact on the inside sinker ball. That brings up Marcelo Mayer. And Mayer, another weak contact pop-up into shallow right field. And an easy out. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Acevedo continuing to pitch. Here's Josh Naylor. Naylor hits this one right past Marcelo Mayer. Givens can't range over and get it either, so Hoffman has to make this play. And that is going to put Naylor on second with a leadoff double. Gabriel Ruiz goes down swinging for out number 1. He is just having a rough series thus far. Here's George Valera. This one's deep to right field. Gonzalez ranging back, making the grab. Naylor's going to find his way over to third base, however. And with 2 away, the first run for them is just 90 feet away, but it will not reach the plate as Chase DeLauder just angry at striking out. We're through 8. We'll be right back. Eli Morgan coming in to pitch the top half of the 9th inning for the Cleveland Guardians. And he will face Reed Hoffman first, and he will strike him out with the curveball down low. Hoffman having a rough go of it thus far in this series. Here's Oscar Gonzalez. 1 for 3 on the day, and that's right into the glove of the second baseman. Easy play to throw to first on that one. Looked like he almost caught it, but an easy play nonetheless. Here's Vladdy Jr. Vladdy taking it out to left field. Like I said, he already has the homer, and that one's in the glove out and left. So a 2-0 game right now. It's just about hanging on. Colby Gaynor was 42 of 47 on save opportunities. This team did not need him in the wild card round, but they need him here. Andres Jimenez on the 2-2 goes down on the slider. Down and away for out number 1. He just sits there and looks. Tommy Edman, 0 for 3 on his day, but he gets a base hit into center. So the fast, speedy Tommy Edman on first base, and Rosario representing the tying run, but going down window shopping. You can't do it that way. That's 2 strikeouts. Here's Stephen Kwan, the tying run, and this one is popped to Jonathan India, and that will end the ball game. The Oakland Athletics have tied the series, headed back to Oakland. 2-0 win. Patino pitches an absolute gem. Vladdy Daddy gets that home run. That is all they needed to get this one done. Patino with a lovely game. Quantrill pitched well. He saddled with the loss. That sets us up to continue on in this ALDS. I hope you guys are enjoying the full broadcast of these playoff games. Let me know in the comments section. And who do you got winning the rest of these games? As we already see 2 sweeps in the National League. In the American League, much tougher series going on, especially with us. We have quite the series going with Cleveland, and that will continue in the next episode. Thank you guys for your support on this series. Thank you guys so much for the likes, the shares, the comments. Thank you to the channel members for going above and beyond to support. And if nobody's told any of you today, I love you, FG fam.